Chief Manager with Chris, working on HRMS. This is the second part two of the video of non-listed trading module. In the first part, we have seen how the institute heads will be able to create the role of institute coordinators. In this part, we will see how the institute coordinators will be able to create courses and batches and manage the trainers. I have logged in as an institute coordinator from MDDTI Bengaluru, and let us see how we can create the courses. First of all, I have to go to training module. There, I would be seeing various menus on my left side with various sections. The first is the Institute dashboard. This is the reports which give information on the various courses which have been published by the Institute, the batches which have been created against it, and the divisional quota. So these are the same reports which are made available to the Institute heads also. If you see the part one of the video. The second part is the place where you are able to create courses, manage venues. In the third part, you'll be able to create batches. Fourth part is the publishing of annual training calendar, which will be added later, the functionality of which will be added later. The fifth part is manage trainers, and then the define exam types. The annual training program and the define exam types will be added in the upcoming versions. Currently, we will focus this video on how to create the courses, create the batches, and how to manage the trainers. To create a course, I have to go on create or edit a course. Once I click on this, I will be seeing all the list of courses which have been created by this particular institute. Then to create a new course, I'll click on create a new course, define the kind of course. Let us say it's a safety course, demo. I have to enter the course name. Then what is the short name of the course and the departments for which this course is intended. I can select more than one department. The total number of working days for this course, assume it is 10. What is the version? Might not be relevant now, but it will be relevant in the future when you're going to edit this course. It will create a second version. Then I'll save it as draft. Once I save it as draft, then I will get other details to fill. So at this point, the program is structured in a way that the institutes will create the courses, will define the courses, and then publish the batches against that course. So when we speak of the word batch, it means that the number of employees who can be trained at one time. So a course might be repeated over many number of times for a particular year, and each time it gets repeated, it is called a batch. So the creation of courses in itself is not sufficient. Every time a batch has to be created and the batch has to be published. Only then the batch will be available to the users who can get their employees nominated. So we have to define what is the capacity of the batch. If I mention it as 30, then I have to define the allocation template. That means the number of seats which are available to a particular unit. So since I have logged in from Southwestern Railway, let us assume that this course is catering to all the units of Southwestern Railway. I can define the allocation templates as such. I can say that Mysuru will have 10 seats out of the total 30. Bengaluru will have 10 seats and Hubballi will have 10 seats. So this is my allocation template. I can either change that or modify that or remove it entirely. Enter these details. I will save this information and now my course is created. My next step is to create a batch against this particular course. But before doing that, we have to now go ahead and manage the trainers. What this link does is we are now creating a master list of trainers who are available for this institute. So when I log into here, I see that there are no trainers who have been listed. I will click on add new trainer. I will enter the HRMS ID, fetch details, enter the experience, then I'll save his details. Once I save his details, the information about the trainers will be displayed here. I can either edit his name or edit the details or delete his details. Now, since I've created the trainers, I will go and see how I can create the batches. So for that, I will click on create or edit a batch. Now, a batch can be created only against a particular course. So now I have to select the course. This is the course which I have just created. I have to enter the batch details, the batch year 2026, start date of the batch, and the end date of the batch. The location where this batch will be held. Seats capacity 30. Now, who is the primary trainer? The details of the trainer will be available here. This drop down will be fetched from the managed trainers list, which we have just entered. Now I can create a batch. Once I create a batch, I will have the option to update. That means I can change the details or I can publish the batch simply. So only when I publish the batch, these details will be available for the units. So the units can see only the published batches and nominate employees against these published batches to the extent of the quota as has been defined in the course. Now, there might be a scenario that each course will have multiple batches. Let us assume a course can have 20 batches over a period of 1 year. So we also have given an option where you can create batches in bulk. I will show you that. To do that, go to the bulk creation of batches. We have to select the course, the number of batches. For simplicity purposes, let us say I'm creating two batches for the year 2022. I'll click on create entry table and I will be given these details. Now I have to create the dates. I have to give the information about the dates and the other information. Who is the trainer? So once I have given the information, then I'll save this information. Now batches have been created successfully. The next step for me is to publish these batches as we have done earlier. For that, I will go to batch management. Sorry, I'll go to create or edit a batch, then search for a particular batch. I can do that by selecting a course. See, these are the two batches which I have created just now. I will click on individual batch and then I will click on publish the batch. Only then this batch gets published. So now we have seen how the courses can be published, how courses can be created, and the batches can be published. Please remember that the units can nominate employees only if the batch is published. If the batch is not published, they will not be able to see that particular batch. So the next is batch management, where I will be entering the details of the course and I will be able to view the batches. So here, when I view, I'll be getting information in this format. That this trainees list will be populated when the employees have been nominated against that particular course by the units. So this is how the courses can be created or edited, and batches can be created or edited, and the trainer management is done.